Hi everybody, I'm Mikey, and this is part of the Advent Calendar series that is a crochet along. For those working on the crochet along with me, every few days a new video will be available to advance you to the next part of your project. There are 15 tutorials in all to complete today's project. If you're finding this and the crochet along is done, all videos will stay up indefinitely. In the more information of this video, you'll find a link to the playlist where all the tutorials will be listed in order for you to play along. The entire pattern is now available for free for those who don't need a video. Refer to the video description to get redirected to the pattern. So in the meantime, let's begin with today's tutorial to advance you to the next step, and of course wishing you the very best of the festive season ahead. So next up is the snowflake. It is a one-piece unit, so there's not two pieces being put together. It's only one, and then there's a loop, and this goes to the Christmas tree. Just for demonstration reasons, I'm going to be using a blue because it's easier to see it on camera here. So this is a neat idea. You have to do two of these for your Advent calendar. You can also do whack-more for different other ideas that you may have as well. So let's move along to doing the snowflake using a 5mm size H crochet hook today. So let's begin to do the snowflake. This is a miniature, and we are just going to use a blue today because it's just easier to see it here on camera. So what we have here is that we need to chain a total of 2. So this is the very center. So 1 and 2. Now what we're going to do is 6 single crochets, second chain from the hook. So in the first chain, so go back, so 1 and 2, go to the second one, which is the very first one you started with. I want you to single crochet 6 times. So 1 and 2, go right up over top of that starting string. This is 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you slip stitch it to the very beginning. If you're not sure, just count it backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and just slip stitch it to the 6th one. It's always a little awkward to get that 6th one the very first time you do these things or anything that's in the circle. But just take your time. It's not a race. Unless you're doing it on Christmas Eve and it needs to be done. So then you just pull through, and therefore that is going to be the middle. So because I went up over top of the starting strand, I can get rid of that now, get it out of my way, and then move on to round number 2. So round number 2, we're going to chain 2. It does not count as a half double crochet as it states in the instructions. And then every one of the 6 stitches that you have is gonna each get 2 half double crochets. So wrap that hook first, and going in and pull through and through all 3. That's a half double crochet. So wrap and in. So I'm going to the same one, pulling it through all 3 loops. So put in 2 half double crochets into each stitch going all the way around. So there's 6 stitches going all the way around. So you should have 6 groups of 2 half double crochets all the way around once you get there. Please do that maybe at the end of this round. So I'm now done. Now you're gonna think this is a stitch right here. Okay, this is where a lot of new crocheters go wrong. This is part of this original. If you count it, you have 6 sets already of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So slip stitch it to the top of the first half double crochet that you started with. So that chaining of 2 in the very beginning had nothing to do with anything. It was more of a filler so that it remains nice and solid, as you see. So let's move along to round number 3. We're gonna chain up 1, and we're gonna single crochet in the first 2 half double crochets. Okay, so we're gonna single crochet in the first 2 double crochets. So just 1 and 2. And now it says to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then it says to do 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 double crochets, and you keep repeating that all the way around. So just into the next one, 1 single crochet into the next 2, and then chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then go right to the very next one. So you're not skipping anything, and you're gonna single crochet into that one and its friend right next door. So 1, 2, 3, go right to the next one, single and his friend next door, and then 1, 2, 3, go to the next 2 and do those, and 1, 2, 3, just like this, and you keep doing that all the way around. Okay, so you got 2 in a row. So you'll see that you'll have 6 of these chain 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's my 6th one? Well, it's right when I started. So 1, 2, 3, and then you slip stitch it to the first single crochet because you'd already started with the first 2 already. So there is your 6 chain 3 spaces going all the way around for round number 3. So let's move along to your final round, round number 4. So round number 4 has a lot of slip stitching involved. So what you're going to do is that you're going to slip stitch yourself all the way to the first chain 3 space. So just move along. So just slip stitch and go right into the chain 3 space and slip stitch. And now it says to chain 2, 1 and 2, and slip stitch into that same chain 3 space. So pull through and through. So now you're going to work across the next 2 and you're going to slip stitch those. So 1 and 2, and then here's your chain 3 space, slip stitch in it first, chain 2, and then come back down into it and slip again. Okay, so let's review that again. So in the single crochets, just slip 1 and then do the next one, 2, and the next chain 3 space, slip into it first, chain 2, and slip in again. And I want you to do that all the way around, and that's making this large, the final round being nice and solid. So please do that all the way around. I'll see you at the end of this round. So I'm coming up all the way back around. I'm in my last chain 3 space. I'm slipping, chain 2, and slip. So I'm actually technically all the way around now because I started off with the slip in the first 2. So what I want you to do is I want you to slip into the first one first where you had already started. So slip into the slip. And then I want you to chain 2. So, or sorry, chain 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I want you to leave an extra long tail now. And I want you to pull that through that final loop. And with the darning needle, this is the loop that hangs it from the Christmas tree. So you're just going to throw your darning needle and you're going to come back into where you had started to create that loop. Okay, so there is the top of your loop. So let's secure that in a position. So just turn it around to the wrong side. The wrong side is the side that you have not been looking at when you've been crocheting it. And then just go in and out of your work a total of 3 times like you normally would. And then just safely just trim your work like that. Okay, so there is your snowflake just like you see here, and it's actually pretty cool, and you can see there's the other one in white if you wanted to do it in white. So this is a snowflake. The next one up in the advent calendar is the mitten, and we'll see you again real soon. I'm Mikey on behalf of Yarnspirations as well as the crochetcrowd.com.